my channel. So during this video I am going to be creating an eyeshadow look using my NK Spiced Up eyeshadow palette. So my lid's already primed, but it does not have a lighter transition shade that I would like to use. So I'm going to use my Profusion bronzer palette as my transition shade. So I'm going to take my BH number 12 and I'm going to take the first two shadows on the first and second row and I'm going to pop it right above the crease area to set that area. Because I want to make sure that the shade transition in with the shades in the NK makeup palette. So I'm just continuing to pat the shade all over that area right above the crease, so we can continue to set that base. And I use my Makeup Revolution Pro concealer, and this is in the shade C5. And I like that it's a real thick base. Now once before when I used it tacky and it did not work well because it was too tacky and it took longer to dry than I expected. So my eyeshadows were not blending, they were more like sticking to it. So if you have it and you use it, my suggestion would be to just make sure you set it really good with a setting powder. So I'm going to go ahead and blend in the shadows. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in with the first shade alone and kind of place it over the more lighter shade, which is this shade. It's just a little bit more. Just dab it right on there. So now I'm going to take this Eco Tools brush, the dense portion end of the brush, and to the eyeshadow. Not that one, but this one. I don't know what I want to do. So I want to go in with, let's try, I don't know, the shade next to the last shade on the second row. I'm just going to pick it up on this brush. And I've used this palette once before and it wasn't too bad. So I'll pop it right in the crease area. I'm just going to lightly build it up in the outer V. I'm just stamping it. Do the same thing for the other eye. And they're not super pigmented with the translucent powder, so just make sure you just use a little bit of pressure, but not too much, to make sure you pack it right on that lid and the crease area. And I'm just placing it in like circular motions, patting it onto the lid. And I find that to work really well when you have shadows that are not as pigmented and they are not moving off the brush. Just kind of stamp and swirl it on there like in a circular motion. That's how I've been. I figured it out in the last video. When it comes to some of these shadows that don't want to move when they're on loose powder. Because I know if it was on a sticky base, it would probably move a lot faster and be easier to apply, rather. Not move faster, but be easier to apply. So I'm doing the same thing for the other eye, adding a little bit more. Stamping it. right in the crease. I'm lifting my eye. Make sure I get it right in that crease area. That's pretty so far. I'm going to take a little bit more. Make sure it's right on the lid. Going up into the center. Now I'm going to wipe this brush off on my little towel I have. And now I want to go in with this brown shade right next to it. And I'm going to pack it right in the crease going down to the center of the inner corner. Because I want a little bit of color right in this area. Oh, sorry. So that shade placed really good too. I'm just going to place a little bit more. So I'm going to wipe this brush off one more time. And it does not have like a light shade in here. So I'm going to go in with this. Let's try this orange shade. Let's see how that works on the lid. I don't know. We're going to pack it right on this center. And all the way into the inner corner. And right in the crease area. Do the same thing for the other eye. This is not bad either, because I paid $5.99, I want to say. Yeah, $5.99 for this eyeshadow palette. And I bought this eyeshadow palette, I forgot to mention it earlier, from the hair supply store. And they have a whole pretty much collection of this brand in the in the hair store. That's where I got mine from. Pack a little bit more just to make sure it is all over the lid, going close to the outer V, but not all the way over the outer V. I'm liking it so far. We're gonna see how it's gonna blend. I'm gonna go back with the last shade we started with and place it right back in the outer V. Make sure we don't lose that shade. And stamp it right above that crease area. Same thing for the other eye. So I'm gonna wipe my brush off, go back in with the brown shade, just to pop it right back in the crease, going towards the inner corner. And wipe it off again and take the orange and make sure it is placed on the lid. I like this orange, it's really pretty. I'm hoping it stays when I blend. So now we are going to blend. So I'm going to take this Morphe 506 brush, this little small tapered blending brush. We're going to blend the edges of this shadow. And I'm blending in my circular motions. Just diffusing, very lightly diffusing the shadow. I'm just making sure both eyes are blended really, really well. I'm just blending in circular motions going outwards towards the brow bone, just diffusing it. Now let's do some windshield wiper motions. Okay, doing the same thing again for the other eye, blending upwards towards the brow bone area, and I'm lifting my eye, and then the windshield wiper motions. And I think it did pretty good because there's not a whole lot of fallout either with this little palette, which is pretty good for this $5 palette. So now I'm going to go back in with my BH number 12 brush. I'm going to deepen this area up just a little bit more because of the shades. So this time I'm going to try to go in with the first and second shade on the bottom row. Let's start on this side. I think that'll be okay. I like to stamp it like right on the end in case I'm not sure how it's going to look all over that area. So I like to start on the, the tailbone of it. So now I'm okay with it. I'm just going to stamp it all over that area, going all the way to the inner corner of the brow. Yeah, I like how that's deepened up a little bit more than this side. Yeah. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye. Just stamp most of it right on the bone of that brow, and then place the rest of it going towards the inner corner of the brow. So now I'm going to blend that area. And I think that is pretty. So now I'm going to go back in with my Morphe brush just to make sure everything is blended well. I think I like that. But I'm going to go back in with the shade we began with the Morphe brush. Just make sure we apply a little bit right in this crease area. Just blend a little bit more in this outer V going up into the crease. I want to make sure I didn't lose the depth of the shade to blending. I'll take a little bit more for the other eye. And blend it. So I think that is perfect. So now I'm going to clean this baby up. Use my micellar water and a baby wipe. We're going to clean it up. See how it turns out. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Okay, so this is the eye look, and I think that is really, really pretty using this Nicka eyeshadow palette. It's really, really pretty. So we're going to blend these crease area one more time before we go off to finish the look. And I'm just blending this edge again just to make sure it's really blended really, really well. Especially going straight across so the shadows are even. So I like it. So I am going to finish the rest of my face and I will be back to show you guys the finished look. See you guys in a bit. Welcome back. This is the finished look, and I love how it came together. So again, I used the NK makeup spiced up eyeshadow palette. Now the rest of my face, I have my link below on how I do my full face. And to finish this eye look, I used the more neutral tone shade, and I just applied it on my lower lash line and used my over highlighter in my inner corner area of the eye. But I absolutely love this look, and I think it's really pretty. Nice matte eye, because y'all know your girl loves shimmers, but this is a nice beautiful everyday matte eye. I like it. I hope you guys like this look as well. If you have this palette, let me know your thoughts on it. Like I said, it's at the local beauty supply stores for $5.99. Well, at least that's how much I paid for it. And I do have other eyeshadow palettes. I think I have like 3 or 4 more. But I do like how these mattes perform. I've used it before, but this is my first time filming. I'm sorry, this thing gonna gloss too much. I've been doing that lately, but anyway, I'm glad I used it. I like it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on it. And if you have not done so already, join your girl by comment, liking, and subscribing to this channel. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.